I just think providing people with an opportunity to change, and never giving up on them. It's a second chance for people, not to judge them too harshly. If you had known me, 7, 8 years ago, you would not recognize me. I was one of those people, one of those scary drug addicts on the streets. LeBlanc, I'm a peer outreach support worker with Ottawa Inner City Health. So I left home at 13. I faced some sexual abuse in one of the emergency services that I had to access because I was basically homeless at the time. But I got through that, and I got some housing and worked basically through high school. Came back east because my grandparents, who I'm very close with at the time, got sick and enrolled in school. Things were going really great. I got some work, DJ both on radio and in clubs, and doing well in school. And I met a lady and we became very close. She became pregnant and lost the child at 7 months within her pregnancy. And I really went off the deep end with that. I didn't want to feel, per se, or I didn't want to hurt. I started drinking, but I found that didn't work too well for me because I was getting so sick and everything. A quote-unquote friend turned me on to some opiates, some Dilaudid one night, and that was basically the winner there. Living in a crappy rooming house and being broke by the second day of the month, and I was getting really fed up with it. I wasn't happy, and then my best buddy died of a fentanyl overdose. He was 37 years old, and that really wiped me out. I just knew that I didn't want to end up like him. I tell people sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to make some changes in my life, and slowly but surely I did. People deserve to be housed regardless of their addiction or substance abuse or mental health illness. It's basically the first step as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't until I got housing where I was actually able to make positive changes in my life. It's just nice to belong somewhere and not, having somebody wish you out of the neighborhood. It's just nice to be a part of the community. People take for granted, just the ability to lock their doors or go down and lie down and, on a Saturday afternoon or read a book and have a cup of tea. These are all things you can't do in a shelter. How I wake up every day now, happy, and it's a modest living, but it's one that I really love a lot. I used to wake up and wish I could go back to sleep because just facing the miseries of the day were always so rough and everything. But now I wake up beside, someone that I really love in a cute little apartment, just blocks from my work, in a place where a lot of change is happening and everything, and it really empowers me. It really inspires me, actually. I really saw that there was a need for a voice for people with experiencing drug use, so I founded a nonprofit myself called DUAL, the Drug Users Advocacy League, and we just started having meetings, organizing from there, and just basically wanted to say in things specifically that were going to affect our future. Like any marginalized group, we want to say in decisions that are going to affect us. I was able to mesh the advocacy I was doing with my recovery. It was like the more I recovered from my addiction, the more I was able to advocate for my population, and then the more that I advocated, I was able to recover more. So it really kind of went hand in hand with each other. Making someone's day just a little bit better can sometimes be the impetus for great change, and I feel a great responsibility and take it very seriously. It's really emotional work, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just amazing how resilient people can be, and I just think everybody deserves a second chance.